Yo, what is up, dudes? Well, it must be Monday, because here we are back with another guitar of the week. And this week, we are featuring a brand new brand. Yeah, brand new brand. Never had this brand on the channel before. I have wanted to have this brand on the channel before. But, you know, things just, ships passing in the night. Never quite got one here. Despite some efforts by both parties. But I now have one. Thanks to the miracle of the Guitar of the Week show. So, here we are with this new brand. You all ready for this? It is, of course, any guesses? I was like a plain box, but you're going to have to wait a second longer to find out exactly what is in this case. Box. Could be a case in there, I don't know. I'm guessing not. Let's begin the unboxing process. One right there. One right here. I think this one on the bottom. There we go. And I suppose I could put it right here. Oh yeah. Oh. The lid. Some wrenches. Oh. That might give away the brand. Some packs. A bar. Oh. Clues. We're getting clues. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We're getting there. Now, is this a single wrap? Oh, I like single wrap. Get rid of that. Here we go. Oh! Not gonna lie. This looks better than I had expected. Are you all ready for this? Now listen. Just think in your head, maybe even write it in the comments before we get started here. What brand do you think this is? Anything? Anything? Bueller? Anybody? Ready? Remember, never had it on the channel before. Right there. Hallelujah. It's the Reverend. Get the Reverend on the line. I'm having an epiphany. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. 6-bolt neck plate. That's going above and beyond. You say to yourself, well, 6-bolt better than 4-bolt? Well, that's 2 better now, isn't it? I mean, that's just math. Look at that thing. It's got a little bit of weight to it. We'll have to get into the specs. All right, you know the drill. I need to tune it up, plug it in. We will check it out. I will see you in a sec. All right, we are back. Hell yeah. I'm back with this killer guitar. I tell you, it's got a little bit of weight to it, a little heavier than I thought it might be. It's probably because the body is, you know, kind of on the larger side. And the neck is really nice. It's not an enormous neck, but it's not a tiny little shred neck either. This is straight up medium C, right down the middle. Like compared to, say, that Charvel that I had here, I think last week's show, that had a much smaller neck. way more of a shred neck. That neck actually might be a little too small for some people. This neck is right down the middle. I think a more universal, size and shape. I'm feeling no fret end problems. It all feels pretty good, pretty nice. And it was very easy to tune up. It's got some decent locking tuners. I'm going to assume those might be Wilkinson because I believe the bridge is Wilkinson. But let's check the specs. That's what we have to do. Okay, let's take a look here. What do we have? 1 second, I got to call the page up. Where is my page? Right there. Okay, so the official name of this guitar is the Reverend Jetstream. It also says HB, which I'm assuming means humbucker. I don't know if they make a Jetstream without the humbucker, but this is the Reverend Jetstream. It's in midnight black. As I understand it, is also available in an army green and a high tide blue. And the specs were sort of broken into two areas. This is a little bit more of the narrative, which I thought had a couple more specs that weren't in the regular specs. We'll get to the regular specs in a second. But they talk about it's a Carina body and a roasted maple neck, a 12-inch fretboard radius, and a 25.5-inch scale length. It has Reverend HA5 humbucking pickups. Has a Wilkinson WVS50 2K tremolo bridge. Rolls right off the tongue. The 6-bolt neck plate. And it has a treble bleed circuit and a passive bass contour. So sort of interesting. I think that is on this last knob down here. Because as I was testing it, I could see, like, right, that's a tone knob all day. But what's this? That's brighter to me. More like a P90. Versus way more mid-range. Versus so I was like, oh, there's some secret sauce going on this knob here, and I think it's this bass contour knob. All right, let's go to the actual listed specs. Body material, Carina solid body. The pickups, the HA5 bridge and the HA5 neck. The bridge is the Wilkinson WVS50 2K tremolo. The neck is roasted maple. The scale length is 25.5. The neck profile is medium oval. That is about as accurate. It's a medium, but it's not large. It's straight up medium oval. It's what I would call a medium C. Frets are 22, and they give some fret specs. As I was looking at that, I was like, we really do have to come up with like I think that medium and medium jumbo and jumbo don't really work for people because those are so subjective as to what that means. We need to come up with like a width and a height spec that's easier to read, some sort of like uniform spec, but until then it's a 0.110 inches wide and 0.050 inches tall. The truss rod is a dual action with headstock access. The tuners are Reverend pin lock, so they're calling them Reverend, so maybe not Wilkinson. The nut is a 43 millimeter width bonite, or bonite. And the controls are volume, tone, the bass contour. It's a 3-way switch, and it comes strung with 10 through 46. So there's all your specs right there. And I thought just roll here a second. I thought the pickup sounded really good when I was tuning it up. That's obviously the bridge. That's great sustain too. You know, really, really nice stuff. Is it those 2 extra bolts working? So this is obviously the bridge. This is both pickups. Definitely brighter. And like it says, it kind of takes away some of the bass, a little bit more scoop. Versus, you really hear the bass come back as I turn that knob back up. Oh, absolutely. Again. Here's with the with the contour set all the way down. Here's with the contour all the way up. So way more bass and mid-tone. So I think all the way down is your P90, like here. And all the way up is your humbucker. Turn that down. Here's both with the contour knob all the way down. What a difference versus that. It's able to tame that front end a little bit. So yeah, I think they sound really good. Of course, we have to switch it up to clean. Everybody wants to hear it clean. Here we go. Wow, you really hear it there. So there's that contour knob down. And what's great is, you don't get, as far as I can hear, there's no hum introduced like a P90 would introduce. Here's how much darker versus with that contour knob going versus massive difference. That's with the contour knob up. So let's do a bunch with the contour knob all the way maxed out with all the bass and everything. That's the bridge. Here's both pickups. And here's just the neck. And then if we take that and we switch it to turn that contour down, helps it does help if you play the right notes. That's been my experience. Here's just the neck. Did I do the bridge yet? Was I starting on the neck and working? This happens to me. I'm like, which direction were you moving again? Again, this is with the contour knob all the way down. That contour knob all the way up. How much more bass, huh? Here's both pickups. What's great is that it never really gets muddy. I'm still hearing that high end. And here's just the bridge. Again, that's with the contour knob all the way up. Here it is now all the way down. And this is both pickups now. And just the bridge. Nice. And of course I'm working the extremes of that contour knob from, maximum to minimum and back again to show you the contrast between the two, the ends of the parameters there. But of course you could adjust that to anywhere you want in between. You don't have to go all the way up and all the way down. I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. Like you could go there or there. Or here, or there. Man, nice sounding pickups. I think the contour knob adds a lot of extra value to your pickup setup, Gives you more choices. I call it choices. I'm going to call this the Behave lead. Again, this contour knob is all the way up. Here's both pickups. And of course the neck. And I'm going to turn that contour knob all the way down. Just bring that knob. That was all the way down. I'll bring it back up again. Well, that's a good segue into our next patch, which is dual heavy rig. It's got humbuckers. Can it do dual heavy rig? Sure. Versus that was with the sort of like in P90 mode. Yeah, it brings in so much more bass and sort of like bassy mids. But again, it never really gets muddy. Again, this is more of the P90 mode. Hell yeah. All right, let's go back to where we started. Our good old Brit 87. Hell yeah. The Reverend Jetstream HB. In, I believe it's let's double check, triple check this. Midnight Black. Midnight Black is the guitar of the week. And like every guitar of the week, there will be a link. Well, there you are. In the description for more information. I don't know if I showed you the back enough. You know, the neck, it doesn't say it's a figured neck. There's a tiny bit of figuring in it. I just think it's random. You know, you'll see it once in a while. But I wouldn't expect it. It's just, the randomness of wood grain patterns. Sometimes you get something a little bit more figured, and sometimes you don't. The randomness of wood. All right, guys. As always, thank you so much for hanging out, and rock on.